Gentlemen, is a fireside chat. We're going to be talking about how tool makers can adapt to the automotive industry's transformation. And to moderate this session, I have Mr. Nishant Kashyap, editor, Tagma Times, and consulting editor, ET Manufacturing, joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the moderator. Hello, Mr. Kashyap. Handing over an extremely important session because post lunch it requires that. Ladies and gentlemen, joining him is Mr. Ramakrishna Bhat, Head Product Development, Tata Motors, Passenger Vehicle. Let's put our hands together, give him a resounding welcome. A very good afternoon, sir. We'd like to hand over the session to the expertise of our wonderful fireside chat moderator and our gentleman right there. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sure with Mr. Bhat, there won't be any downside of the after lunch thing, as he's going to share his journey in the automotive industry and what we should all be doing at the tooling community to adapt to the changes. And as you can see the topic also. So starting with the question, just to set the context, you have been part of many diverse range of departments within the product development cycle, and you have also been in the Tata Motors from Indica till Nexon. Would you like to share some of the stories, journeys that relates to tooling industry and how this manufacturing cycle has changed over the years?
Yeah, sure. Check. Check. Can you hear me? Yeah. So thanks, Nishant, for that. And thanks for having the session up immediately after lunch. I actually, as Nishant mentioned, I have been with Motors for almost 3 decades now. I started my journey in around 97. And that point of time, I was actually, right now I am in a product development role, but that time my journey started as a vendor development engineer. Actually, I was into vendor development in one of the first products of the company, which was coming at that point of time. So this is a story from that time, which I am going to narrate to you. So I was a fresh engineer, just fresh out of college. I was a graduate engineer from BITS Pilani, coming into Tata Motors. So after a week's time, after a week or a month's time, one of the head of purchase and supply chain calls me. There was a project going on, and there was a plastic fastener which was required to be developed. So some new development has come up. There is some issue we were facing in one of the products. So he comes to me with this clip. He says, Ram, this clip I want in a different diameter. He says, instead of 6 diameter, I want you to develop a 8 diameter clip. There is no drawing. There is only one part in the hand, and it is required tomorrow. So I go with the part to the tool maker in the evening. Take the benchmark part, cut it, do your own drawing sketches. Did not go home overnight. Prepared the electrode. Did a single cavity sparking in the night. Next day morning, I had the one part with me in the hand. So I go back to the company, do a tryout on the vehicle. Did not work. The second, Murphy's law, whenever you want things don't work, go right. So I went back to the tool maker again in the night. And then again, iteration number 2. So, and again, I could make that part. And then next day when I went there, third day, the part was successful. And my GM comes and tells me, Ram, don't change this part now. You should not touch the tool till the time you have my permission. And it worked fine. So having worked hands-on in this project, if somebody comes and tells me something, then I have a clue of what they are talking to me about. Okay. One more incident I will narrate because it is a post-lunchtime. Stories are always good to connect with you. So recently I was in China for the Shanghai Motor Show. And I visited many places just to learn how things are going there, how is the industry, how is the tool making industry happening there, what are things which we can pick up as an industry, I would say. So after I come back, there was one development discussion going on for one of the new projects. It is one of the parts, not so big part. It is a kind of not a BTP part, but it is a kind of engineered part by the supplier. There was a concern on the development time. So I called the vendor team for a discussion. 15 people came to me for such a small part. Then they show me a timeline of 15 months or and so on. So I know I have developed the part myself. I know how much time it is going to take. So I was just laughing inside me. What happened? Then that team went away. So what I did is I called their chairman. I told them, see, I have seen in China this is what happens. And this kind of part should not take more than 2 months to get a first prototype out or a first T0 or T1 out. And he also tells me the same thing. He says, Ram, this is my exact biggest problem. I also want the same thing to happen, but being a large organization, big organizations are always elephants to move. So we need to find ways on how we can move the elephants fast. So the message went to their team. So next day I told his chairman, you are 15 people are coming to meet me, only one small. I need only one right person to discuss with you. So after 2 days, the managing director and the CEO of that company comes to meet me, and they come and show me a timeline of 4 months. 15 months to 4 months just because of a phone call. And see, in that meeting with that supplier team, you have multiple people, their engineering team, their supplier team, their and so on, multiple agencies within their team. So because, see, generally to move things fast, you need to work in a collaborative way. So, and that is the only way to find solutions for moving faster ahead.
So what are you trying to indicate from 15 month to 4 month? Like sometime we over...
See, many people told today, I could hear many speakers say that doing it in 4 or 5 months is not a big issue. The industry is capable to move as fast as Chinese markets can do. Right. Some technologies are not available here, which I am sure with the kind of participation and things what I saw today, I am sure it will come here in days to come.
And the things that you saw in China, especially the tooling companies, what are few things from China that we can adopt as a country?
See, today also many people, what they say, they have created an ecosystem. What I see is that they only do vehicle engineering, body and trims programs. Rest everything is like DMart over there. You go, you pick up a part, you have it off the shelf from anywhere. So that they have created an ecosystem. Anybody can go and pick up any part from anywhere.
So when you say collaboration, how do you at Tata Motors are collaborating with the tier 1s, tier 2 and even the tool makers? What are the practices being followed?
I have not prepared anything for this talk, but I am just reflecting from what I saw today morning from various speakers. So one of the pain areas which kept on coming again and again is the availability of money when the tools are delivered. I think that is one of the pain areas which came up repeatedly. So for me as a product development head, I have a reverse problem to solve. I am following with my team, why are you not spending money? For me, if the money is spent on time, I get the part on time, I get a product on time. So it is a reverse problem. So my reflection is that tool makers generally come into the ecosystem towards the end of the development cycle. For example, for getting a part engineered, or we started design, which is called styling. From design, it goes to the engineering world. Then we have digital validations happening, simulations happening, multiple things. And then the supplier is not nominated. If a supplier gets not nominated, doesn't mean the tool makers are nominated. Supplier nominates his own tool maker later. So it is a long cycle. And the tool makers come towards the end of the chain with a lot of pressure on timely delivery of the tools, right? And at that time, what happens? Tool maker is coming at the end of the chain, and the feedback from the tool maker again gets into another round of iteration for development, which also causes us to lose time. So what I was thinking is, some speakers also mentioned that why can't we break the tooling capex into multiple splits? So that can be one way of thinking at it. We need to see how to collaborate and work together. So possibly I would want to have the tool maker with me right from day one when I'm engineering or developing the part, so that when I go to the tool cut, it is just things can happen much faster.
Are you doing it already at Tata?
Generally necessity is the mother of invention, right? So if there is crisis, everybody gets together to solve a problem. That is how it always is. But how to convert the crisis mindset into a process-driven mindset, and we need to change some process always. Right. See, as leaders, our role is to keep on improving, keep on changing the process. So if we work together, I am sure we'll be able to find a solution.
Okay. And as you said that you have been part of Tata right from the almost 97, like Indica days to till today. And there has been a lot of changes in the way we manufacture automotives, interior parts and engineering, even the methods and all those things. What kind of changes we have seen in the interiors, even the engineering plastic side, where the most of the injection molding takes place? Which tool maker should
I
be
mean,
prepared?
see, initially, most of these toolings were imported for most of the OEMs, whether it is Maruti, Mahindra, or us. So right now, at least in plastics area, I am very happy to say that most of the parts are have been localized. The toolings are made locally, and I think we have very good tool rooms who make world-class tools. So that capability is already emerged. There are some pain areas which are still unresolved, which probably, if the tool makers can understand what are the problems of the OEMs which they can solve and work together. See, understanding that there is a problem itself will help you to find a solution. And many times tool makers also don't know that OEM is facing this kind of a problem. He might have a solution, we don't know.
It's better collaboration will work.
Absolutely.
And is there any particular type of tool that is still being imported and it's tough for you guys to, as in all the OEMs to source it from India?
For example, lamps, for example. The lenses I don't see anybody making here in India. Most of the OEMs get it done from outside.
Is it because the capability or?
Capability.
Okay.
But
So-
I'm sure that will also soon come here.
When we talk about the Indian tooling industry has improved a lot, and we have been serving so many kind, even exporting it. Why we are still not able to solve the lamp related
See, it is
tools?
about the quality of the tools, the finish, the accuracy. It is a very sensitive part, right? If there is distortions, there will be leakage inside the lamp, or it is a basic functional item. So till now, even the big OEMs who are producing the lamps, these are all international vendors.
Right.
They all get it done from outside.
Right.
So I mean, very soon somebody. I know there are some people who are already working on localizing this thing, and I am sure within the next year's time we will be able to do this as well.
So in order to get to that level where we can do 100% in-house, what are your suggestions to the tool makers? They should do those 5 things or 10 things, whatever you have, so that they become globally competitive?
See, I would say that maybe with the suppliers we have kind of sometimes we have kind of a strategic partnerships. For example, we said that this is the go-to supplier for this kind of an item. So similarly, I would say if we can create an ecosystem where we can create strategic partnership with tool makers, so that I don't have to negotiate. I know this is the guy, and he meets all my requirements, he meets all my prices, commercials, and so that kind of a partnership collaboration has to come, and that comes with a lot of trust and demonstration of that it is possible to do in this kind of a way.
Right. And you also mentioned that many of the Indian tool rooms have this financial related issues.
No, that I heard from the chat today
But
morning.
according to you, how it can be solved at tier 1 and OEM level, forget about the government and policy side and bank side, which is not in our control. But if we have to work as a one in this ecosystem, right from OEM to tier 1 to tool makers, how collaboratively we can work to solve this issue for the tool makers?
See, I don't see it as an issue. I think, as I explained, the process itself has become so lengthy that tool makers come at the end of the chain. And for us to do any project, the capex is already approved at the beginning of the vehicle program, right? Yeah. So money is there, but only it is coming at the end. So we need to see how we can collaborate and accelerate this entire ecosystem.
Right. And as we know that we have also spoken in the morning about the EVs and how it's changing the way we manufacture the tools and dies. According to you, if EV becomes mainstream, what kind of preparations tool makers should have?
I mean, the technologies are same. For EV specifics, there are still certain...
But light weighting is also happening. So
yeah.
Light weighting? EV calls for light weighting, right?
Because battery requires a separate kind of treatment.
Yeah.
And in India, EV is not the mainstream currently, right? We still have a lot of ICE vehicles going on because it is a very, financially, it is a very, very sensitive market. If you go to China, you see there are all big, large vehicles. So their economy has grown quite forward. For us, it is still going to take some time.
And at TATA, what % of your overall tool requirements are met by the domestic tool makers?
Almost 95%.
Okay. Just 5% is those lights and...
Or even more, I would say.
Okay, okay, okay. And we also heard many people speak about the skill, skill development related thing. Finding tool makers or employees are still tough thing. So, what kind of hand holding you are doing to the tool maker side so that they can get better at what they do and serve companies like you?
So
For
actually,
skill development, what kind of programs you have?
see, generally we do skill development for various other areas. I think tool maker generally it is not a directly, it is probably tier one level below the suppliers. So I think we have very good examples of a lot of Deming Award companies are here who have got very, very good training centers. Maybe they can visit and learn from the OEs. People today morning we heard of people talking about hand holding the smaller vendors and taking them up. So this can be one kind of an initiative. There are very good training practices in the industry these days, and we can identify which of those companies have it, and we can help the ecosystem to develop such kind of a training centers. Or if it is too investment heavy, we can probably create some kind of a collaborative kind of a training center, which can be of benefit to most of the guys.
You said that in China and even we know that Japan, Korea, tooling community overall is very strong. And for lights kind of thing, we are still dependent on imports. Do you think that collaboration between the tool makers of these two countries would help the Indian tool makers uplift their own game and then maybe?
I would rather say the Indian tool makers themselves need to collaborate first properly. I heard this. I heard this in the morning as well, right? So I think this has been a common point, right? Huh?
So we need to collaborate ourselves. So cluster making or the ecosystem making.
Absolutely.
Right, right. Thank you so much, sir. You have been, we have some minutes and just wanted to make it more collaborative. If any of us, you have questions, please raise your hand. And do you have any question?
Yeah, yes, please. Mike.
Mike.
So congratulations to both of you for not letting us sleep. Yeah, I think it was a very engaging discussion. One thing which caught my eye or caught my ears was the fact that you raised the point about your suppliers not being aware about your pain points in general. So I believe the Yatha Raja Tata Praja, as the OEM, so the tool rooms. Yeah. So sorry for raising
okay.
this.
Yeah,
You said that. So how aware are we about the problems of people down the line? The Lord in his castle has to be aware of the problems of the serfs, for whom I raised the same point. I'm not calling you out singularly. In the last session organized by Tagma, I think it was in Sahara last year, I raised the same point with Mr. Rahul Dev, who was from Maruti Suzuki, who had been from Maruti Suzuki, and he seemed oblivious about this problem, probably because maybe they take care of their ecosystem very well, but I'm not so aware about the ecosystem from the other OEMs, right? So I don't want to name names, but I believe the general tendency is that the capital used by the OEMs are not of their own sourcing, right? So it is sucked out of the many minions who work down the line. And a lot of people down the line are extremely agitated, and I don't know how long the cycle will last. So if the tool rooms, I think one of the things which I've heard being repeatedly called in the last 15, 18 months is that the tool rooms in India need to improvise, they need to keep abreast of technology, they need to innovate and be a global class and standard. I don't think there is any dearth of imagination or intelligence or hard work or efforts. That is not lacking, but what is lacking is a breathing space. I don't think tool rooms have the wherewithal to even think of what is going to happen tomorrow if they have still not been able to feed yesterday. They have not still been able to feed yesterday, so how can they think of tomorrow? Because their capital is stuck, if I may say so, very bluntly with the OEMs. Thank you.
Okay.
Any more questions?
question, I wonder whether Mr. Ramakrishna Bhat would be in a position to answer that. But
I thought that I did not know you were expecting an answer from me.
Yeah.
See, yeah, let me answer his question first. So maybe, see, this is the first time I'm attending TAGMA, okay? And out of all you guys, I am a little bit unique here because most of you guys are either from supply chain or purchase or the tool room or a OEM. I am from a different kind of a background. So probably I don't know how I can support this, but we can connect offline and generate ideas on how we can solve this problem together. See, first you need to be open in your mindset that we need to solve this problem. Then the rest of the things will follow.
Sir, thank you very much. My teammate, Mr. Ganesh, did not get cotton on to your word because you are already apportioning some money for the components and tools. But unfortunately, you have told the gospel truth. Now it is up to the service provider like me, raw material supplier, and the tool makers to get it in the proper time from the tier ones. So thank you very much for opening out that your doors are always open. We were made to understand that your doors are closed unless we produce and give you the component in the last stage. Thank you.
Sir. Romba nandri.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
One. We don't have any question. You can.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please request you to put your hands together for Mr. Ramakrishna Bhat. Thank you so much. May I request Mr. Kashyap to hand over a token of appreciation from our side. We are so thrilled that you've taken the time out. You're here with us and we're glad. Thank you for joining us at the 9th edition.